Yes, it's called The Plumbing. And this is true to life. As a none too subtle rain runs off and heaves itself up through the shower drain, and a swamp forms, a lake lapping the moldings, a tide high on the shoals of shoes and continental shelf, I lie far from awake, dreaming of oceanside embraces in Cancun. Now I have blown a fuse. The clock drowned, and it's noon before the hedonist with the see-through bathing suit on vanishes in the mist. What is that slosh, that draft? Why is my darling futon sea level like a raft? Water and sex and dreams ran wild through the night to send me a message, it seems. Things are just not all right. Vacate the basement, move higher and start all over with, at the least, a lover and big enough bed for love. Since we're talking about dreams, I'll read another poem that, again, it's a dream that has recurred for me for decades now. Most of my dreams, they involve the theater in some way, but the worst of them is I'm about to read to you. It's where it's seconds before a show has to go on and somebody has fallen sick, and I'm told I have to sub for the person, but I don't know what the show is or any of the lines are, and yet it just gotta go. And then it always ends, I wake up just when I'm shoved out on stage.
God.
Not knowing what I'm going to say. It's called The Places, Places. 2 minutes, people. Wait, hold for 10. Boots clomp and flounces rustle in distress. The leading man has passed out drunk again. And who are you? You'll have to do, I guess. No use resisting. Practiced hands have stripped me and crammed my toes, hams, haunches into hose. What lines, what cues, what songs, they have equipped me only with rapier and mustachios. Showtime, a hush blows in, and lights discover the cardboard forest where I must fool all the people, all, at least till curtain call. And then one step, as hero, fop, or lover, and I have stumbled from the dream. It's dawn. The setting is my own. The show goes on. Here I am. Let's see, I guess I'll read one more slightly longer poem. Though I'm a professor of classics, I don't often write original poems about classical mythology. I'm trying to be very much right here in 2014. But I did write a dramatic monologue in the voice of Medusa. Yes. But she is, this is a sympathetic Medusa. Most people don't know that, in fact, she was raped by the god Poseidon in a temple, and her punishment after her rapist leaves is that for, yes, defiling this sacred space is to be made that hideous. So she's a punished rape victim. This is a poem in her, I know, it's an awful story. Yeah. This is a poem in her voice. I was out on the stoop that day, watching the swallows, braiding my hair, not really waiting for marriage or love or trouble, when I was swept away to the sanctum of a temple and ruined. Horrid enough, but then he just took off and left me there to pay everything for the crime of sex in sacred space. Flush with conviction, the marble goddess stepped from her base and wrecked me a second time and handed me a mirror. An orgy of snakes for hair, a Neolithic glare, the horror, oh the horror, justice isn't fair. What could I do, though? Mother, sisters, everyone I turned to stone. Monster like any other, I shambled off alone. No kisses, no goodbyes, though on the last frontier I spat 3 times and hurled a curse at the garrison that stands for civil order and the whole known world. Life is a dream out here on the wild side of the border. The sun is loath to rise, and prides of sphinxes roam freely among the crags, and 3 prophetic hags sit chuckling round a cauldron. I dug a humble home and learned to love my children, my little wisps, the asps. And years glide by and ages under the light of torches, and we are content to tend our gallery of the gorgeous torsos who came to call, arms with a fist or a weapon, and heads ranged on the wall, gaping with eyes wide open at justice in the end.